I was asked by a viewer how to go about recording onto VHS or DVD programming from a modern cable box which does not have any audio-video outputs on it. The modern stuff only has HDMI, which means you need an HDMI to AV adapter. So I figured, okay, I'll show how to do this and show how it works, and we'll try a couple different sources and see if it works. We'll try copy protected sources too. We'll see if that works. Let's check it out. In this video, this is not a repair video, this is kind of a how-to video, because I've been asked by a few people how to do this. You see, back in the old days, it was really relatively easy. You just connected if you wanted to record something on tape, for example, from your cable box or any other source, you just connected the AV cables that plug into the back of your cable box and connect it to your VCR and select the line input, and you could record non-encrypted programs. I understand that some premium programs that were carried on some of the premium channels and movie rentals and so forth, you couldn't record. And you probably still can't, because they encrypted them with Macrovision. But of course, the cable box, the new cable boxes that they've got today, well, they don't feature any more component or composite outputs. They all now just have an HDMI output. So in order to record anything in analog from an HDMI output, you need one of these boxes. Now, one of these boxes will connect to your VCR using the AV cables. And of course, you need to power it up. So I'll plug in my USB power adapter, and that will power this device up. Now, this device is now going to generate color bars because I've just plugged it in and there's no input. It's plugged into my VCR. I'll show you the monitor. It produces color bars. When I plug an HDMI source into this, I should have an NTSC output from any HDMI source that I feed it. I'm just going to grab my cable box. I know that there's a movie on there that somebody, let's just say, accidentally purchased. A movie that I would never watch. I would never purchase a movie. But there's a purchase on there, so we're going to see if I can record it and see what happens. Now I've got my cable box connected, and I'll plug the input into HDMI, and we should hear the sound, which we do from regular TV. Right now, we'll put a load of videotape, and we'll try recording from regular TV for starters. So I'll press record. The machine's in the EP speed. I don't know that I can change that. I'd need the remote. This is an old VCR that I don't have a remote for, but I'm going to let it record right now what I'm watching off of regular TV. I'll show you the screen momentarily. So that's what's recording right now on videotape from the HDMI output of my cable box. So I'm just going to bring up the on-demand here and see if I can order something. So I know that there was a movie. I'm not going to purchase one here, but I know there's a movie under my videos that let's just say somebody purchased Black Panther, and so it's a purchase, which means I can watch it. Let's see if it will work or whether it will kick out the recording. And I'll try playing the tape back, but I'll let this record just for a couple minutes here and see what happens. Looks like it's going to work. Obviously, I can't. I'll record this for a few minutes. Obviously, I can't show it to you guys, but I just want to give you the idea that yes, it does work. And if you've got a cable box with HDMI output, you're able to plug it into a regular VCR or a DVD recorder and record in standard definition. So the movie has started recording. Obviously, I'm going to cut it off right now. Now, to protect the guilty, I'm not going to say which family member accidentally ordered the movie. It was not myself. It was, let's just say it was an accidental recording, because I normally have the on-demand movies are normally locked down with a password, and you have to enter a password to watch anything. I do that for myself just so that I don't accidentally order a movie, because, well, that certainly has happened. Well, it happened in this case. It cost me $20. I think that's what the purchase price on it was. It wasn't cheap, but anyway, as I say, accidentally a movie got watched, and I should actually watch this movie because I've never seen it. I just happened to notice it on my bill, and I looked at it, and okay. I wonder when that happened, and I started going around and checking all the boxes, and found that one of them was not locked down. And the kicker to this is the guilty party that ordered it didn't even know that they ordered it, because they flipped the TV on with the Harmony remote, but the TV didn't come on, or the TV came on, but the sound system didn't. So they didn't have a picture on the screen. They were just looking at a screen that said no signal, and they started mashing on buttons trying to get the picture to come on, and somehow managed to order a movie. That's why I have a password protecting it, so that doesn't happen. Of course, the correct procedure in that respect was they should have hit the help key, and then it would have said, "Is the TV on?" Yes, you can see a screen that says no signal. Is the cable box on? Well, we don't know, but we can assume that it is. You can press the OK button to make sure the cable box is on, because any on these ones here, you just press the OK button to turn it on. So they could have hit the OK button and then hit the help button, and now by hitting the OK button, if the cable box wasn't on, it would be turned on. And now it's just a process of elimination. Is the TV on? Yes, it says no signal. Obviously it's on. And we know the cable box is on because the OK button got pressed. The only thing that can't possibly be on is the sound system, or it might be on the wrong input. So then that kind of narrows it down. The answer, yes, the cable box is on. Yes, the TV is on. Is audio system on? Well, no. And then the remote would send the appropriate command to the amplifier that's in the other room, because my equipment is segregated, right? My TV mounts on the wall, and it's just a little infrared receiver, and the cable box here, and the all the other equipment, my VCR, I've still got a VCR, believe it or not, and my DVD recorder and amplifier and everything live in the closet where all the communication stuff is. So you can't see if the display is on. I mean, yeah, that'd be ultimately you just walk over and see if the amplifier's turned on, and if not, turn it on. But everyone's lazy, right? They just want to do it from a remote. So that would have, by following the procedure, would have prevented it from happening. But anyway, I'm just letting this record here for a couple minutes. We're going to rewind the tape now, because I think I'm not going to watch the whole movie, but I think I've watched enough. So let's just hit stop, and I will rewind it back. And we'll see if we actually made a recording in the EP speed on this tape. Oops. Went a little bit too far there. I went into the color bars, I'm sure. Yep. Let's play the tape back. So this was on the tape before I actually made the recording, so it will cut out momentarily. Okay. Now when I kicked it into record, there was the recording from regular TV. In EP, looks wonderful, doesn't it? It's an old tape too, but that's in EP. I'm going to stop it now to prevent copyright. Just changing channels here. Okay, I'm going to go into the on-demand now. This is where I went into on-demand. And we'll start, I can let this play because it's a commercial, right? But that looks good. I mean, the picture looks fine. No problem there. It actually fills the screen properly. I'm going to go back in. This is me playing the tape back, obviously. And go back to that Black Panther movie that I own. That's it. It's going to record. I want to make sure that no macrovision was kicked in. I don't think so, because this VCR is modern enough that if there was a macrovision signal present, it would stop recording. It would just shut off. I picked a modern machine. This is one of my machines I use for archiving, actually. Hasn't started yet. There's where the movie starts, and I gotta cut it off like right about now. Okay, I guess I can show another 5 seconds to show you that it actually is recording. So that's it. We'll stop that. I'm gonna stop this from playing now by pressing the stop button to get out of it. That's all you need. You just need one of these little devices. That'll take the HDMI signal. Now you may have to change settings on your cable box. It should automatically detect though when you plug in something, even if it's a 4K box. it should automatically detect by the HDMI chipset in these little devices that you're using it on a standard definition. And that's one of the reasons you can get away with this, because the content protection, the HDCP that they put on these boxes, and this certainly does have HDCP, because occasionally I will get an HDCP error on my TV and I actually have to come up and power cycle the box, because it'll just get locked out. It'll just come up with a message that says your television cannot support HDCP over HDMI, and then I have to actually power cycle the box to make it work. So I know this does have HDCP, but the thing is, HDCP is not used when you're down converting to standard definition. So there's your answer. Pick one of these up. I paid, I think, $10 for this. I bought 2 of them. I used one for my DVR, for my security cameras, to output it onto channel 9, feed the output into channel 9. And this one here, when I'm not using it for something else, like I can use it if I want to record something, for example, I can use it. And also, it can, I use it to display the time on my little CRTs. Normally it's plugged into my old BlackBerry. I'll do one more thing. I'm going to grab a Blu-ray disc. We're going to plug a Blu-ray into here and see if it records. So this one's a relatively modern DVD player, or not a DVD player, Blu-ray player. Except for I can't use this anymore for Netflix because they shut it down. But I used to use this for Netflix. Now it's just kind of delegated as a spare. I'm going to try to play the movie Enemy of the State with the late Gene Hackman, as I just heard this morning that he was found dead with his wife and his dog, and they say the situation was suspicious, so it will be interesting to see what happened there. But anyway, just heard that on the news this morning. So let's fire this one up. I can see that the display is working already on the TV. Let's see whether it will allow me to record a VHS copy of Enemy of the State. Well, the previews are working. I got to go through that's what I remember DVD or Blu-ray. This is what used to drive me crazy. You want to skip it, and it says the operation is currently prohibited for this disc, because they want you to sit through these silly. Every time you put the disc in, you got to sit through the silly previews. That's one thing that just drove me crazy. I don't want to watch the previews. I just want to watch the freaking movie. Let me in there. Oh, I like this. They're going to run an ad. I guess I could let this play, can't I? Love it. Watch me get a copyright claim for that public service announcement. Okay, that's that. Okay, I've started the recording onto tape. As you can see, it's recording the Blu-ray disc. This one even has the no copying, so you know that this is encrypted. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording now, and we'll play it back and see what I got. Did I get anything or didn't I? We'll find out momentarily. Rewind back. It looks like I was able to make a recording. But that's all you need. You just need one of these devices. Mini HDMI 2AV is all you need to record. Now, one thing I did need to do is I did need to go into my settings on here and change the output resolution, because what I found is, because it's a film and it was done in 24 frames, this switched to 24 frames. And when it switched to 24 frames, then it kicked out, and I ended up with color bars on my screen. And I had to go into the menu and switch the output right there under screen settings. I took my output video resolution. I switched it to 480i. It was in auto before. Actually, no, I had it in 1080p is what I had it in. I had it set for 1080p. And as soon as the previews and everything played, because they were actually encoded on the disc itself as I guess it would have been a 1080i signal. the previews and stuff were all in 1080i, which the mini AV or HDMI to AV can deal with 1080i. That's a broadcast resolution. When the film started, it went to 1080p 24 frames, and that was out of the spec of the little converter. So all I had to do was go in and change the resolution down. We're recording it at 480i anyway. That's what VHS and DVD records at. So no big deal, but it works. Anyway, this video is not to teach you how to circumvent copy protection. We're not teaching you that. What the video is to demonstrate is that you can use one of these little adapters that will convert an HDMI signal over to a composite signal so that you can record it on a VHS tape or onto a DVD using a DVD recorder. That was the entire purpose of doing this, and it was because I had somebody ask me about how to go about doing it, because his old cable box had the analog outputs, and of course the new ones don't. Anyway, hope you found this informative. Hopefully YouTube won't find that I've violated any community guidelines and give me a community guideline strike like they did a few years ago when I was showing how to update the firmware for a Android box so that you could load alternate media players. We will leave it at that. I won't even say the name because I got popped on a community guideline strike because I was apparently teaching people how to pirate, and that's not the intent. The intent was this: is how do you record something that you've recorded on your DVR, for example, and you want to make a copy to keep? Or how do you record a TV show onto a DVD disc or a VHS tape so you can take it to the cabin where you've got an old DVD player, or take it in your motorhome where you've got a DVD player built in? That was what this was about. Anyway, we know it works. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.